Hello and welcome, United Rogue Overwatch 2. A great game we have here today. We're going to be seeing Louisville Gamble versus Detroit Wolfpack on Ruby. I believe it's the first time seeing Louisville's Ruby team play on stream, but I'm excited to experience this game. Doge, my co-caster, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Got some food, ready to watch a great game.
Hey, you know what? Me too.
I've got to remember what the standings are for these two teams.
Yeah, according to the sheet right now, we have Detroit currently standing in 5th place in the Ruby division and Louisville standing in 4th. So, right next to each other, they are pretty close in match. I think we're going to see a really cool close match here. Maybe even going to game 5, but we'll see. I will say, we got our map pick in already. It looks like we will be going to Nepal.
Okay. Oh. Who was that picked by? That was picked by Detroit, correct?
I believe so, yeah. So Detroit picked that map going to Nepal. Louisville has chosen to ban Anna. Or maybe not.
Well, wait, yeah. What?
Going on, they got a little take back in the chat there. They said
I guess.
Yeah, okay, so it sounds like they're gonna take back that ban. That's a
Nope,
wait,
nope,
never mind.
They're gonna stick with it.
I'm getting trolled. I'm getting trolled by Louisville Gamble at this point.
God, Rico.
Literally throwing dice at the casters, trying to gamble, see which ban they pick. They do end up
and look at
picking
that.
Anna to ban Detroit, then bans Roadhog.
What is this game? Already off to a fun start.
It's gonna be a doozy. We're getting bamboozled by the gamble before even getting into our first match. But looks like we'll be going in here shortly. Some issues with the lobby host, it seems like. Accidentally hitting the stadium button.
Oh, man.
We're back to going on and waiting a little bit. But as we wait on this game here, Doge, who do you think is going to come out victorious for this first map?
I think it'll go to Louisville. I think they've got the better roster. Detroit, little all over the place in a sense. They've got some notable names being Mountain and Hoagie. You've also got Colby Jack in there. But Louisville, they've got Darkstar, they've got Rico, they've got Dante Fan. And Smooth. Smooth's just a staple for Louisville.
Yeah, that's true. Well, looks like we're finally getting into the game now. Seeing Nepal and all of its glory here. Will Detroit take it over Louis? Or will Louisville gamble their chances taking the victory on this first map here? We're about to see it. You know, historically, they say if you have Vanguard on your team, you have a very good shot to win. Or honestly, you'd even just win the whole team. So we're going to see how that works out for them. But what do you think about these comps?
You've got the matching support lineup being Lucio Curie, but then the rest of it is just completely different. Detroit rocking with now a Diva, Emre Farah, Louisville running a Hazard, Cassidy, Reaper.
You know, I'm not all that great at the game, but I do know that Hazard is going pretty strong right now. And having that cast against a fair is definitely a favorable position for Louisville. As we see some of our first shots come here. Cast in the off angle here. Trying to get some shots on that Diva. Hazard going in and almost gets booped out. Tries to climb his way out, unfortunately falling into the pit, pushed off
Oh no.
by Detroit's Lucio here. As it looks like Detroit takes the point first. Louisville, having lost their tank in that first fight, retreating to their safety. Luckily, it doesn't look like anyone else taking any deaths yet. So we got a coordinated effort here. Louisville pushing into the center of the map, trying to take out this diva. It looks like Dante trying to help out their Hazard as much as they can here, being pushed off by Lucio again. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Detroit having 2 boop kills at the start of the map.
Louisville
Insane.
was just very spread out there. You had Darkstar and both supports off on that left side, while Takina and Smooth were off on their own on the far right. Kinda dealing with the far, kinda not. They just didn't have that extra damage on that far left to help the team.
Yeah, I know it started out as a coordinated effort. They did get fairly split, and that works in favor for Detroit's lineup, it looks like here. Being able to just kind of poke from afar while having Lucio boop you off the map. As we see our first ults of the match start to come in. Colby Jack finding Rico. Can he get another? Not quite, as we got Mountain eating up the rest of those ult shots there. Now having Bomb trying to get in, make sure that Louis.
We also have Darkstar swapping over to the Diva off the Hazard now.
Yeah, I did notice that, but I completely didn't notice that at the same time. I don't know what I was thinking there.
Both rushes are out, Barrage is out, takes out one. Smooth taking out Mommy Knight though. That is the first death for Detroit.
Yeah, you know what? It's not looking good for Louisville here. Doesn't look like anything they did worked out for them this round. Detroit literally taking it 0 to 100 real quick as we move into the second round of Nepal here.
Did they even get a touch on point there?
At the very end, it looked like Rico like very slightly touched it. Like there was a contention for about a solid 2 seconds. But other than that, not real much coming from the Louisville Gamble side. Detroit having full control of that first point. We move on though to a point where there's less pits to fall off of and get booped off of. So
See both teams going with a sim, get out of spawn. Smooth actually sticking it.
yeah, looks like Louisville, all 5 of them together, already on the point. Though Detroit does have the high ground in this instance, they will have to drop if they want to have a shot to take this over. We got Sim turrets already blocking off the area. Full beam, it looks like, coming from the side of Louisville, but Mountain finds Takina. Taking out, already down 1 on the Louisville side. Louisville finally finding some motion here, taking the point for themselves. But it does unfortunately seem like they are almost out of lives to spare. Smooth trying to take out the last, do as much damage as they can. Not really able to do enough. Colby Jack finds another. Takes him down. Detroit taking that point for themselves. Louisville got a nice 10%. 10% more than they got in the last round of this Nepal map. See if they can get more.
We also have Mountain now swapping over to the Hazard off the Diva, which I don't blame them considering they were going into the double beam of Zart and Sim.
Yeah, it was full beams over there trying to deal with that Diva, and it worked out for a little bit. Doesn't look like it will be working much more, but they do got some things going for them there. Smooth got stuck in that corner with the Mountain little tower there. As we see Dante popping the ult in the corner, getting some extra damage out. Point is Louisville's for now, still being contested. Mountain on the point and has extra support with their Kiriko Hoagie in the back here. Unfortunately, Mountain still falls, but Stealth takes out Darkstar in the process. Looks like Detroit takes the point back again for them.
Good exit pick for Dark there.
You know, it's constant pressure here. Louisville's already back on the point, trying to keep this fight alive. Neither team really has a ton of time to regroup fully, but Louisville's been able to do so extremely quickly. As we see a couple ults come out, excuse me. Stealth, Colby Jack throwing theirs out. Darkstar throwing out theirs. Smooth threw out the shield just a little bit ago. Taking out Mountain in the process. Right now, Louisville are up 1. Detroit having to retreat.
Shield from Smooth. There was very good blocking that. Emery ult.
Oh yeah, that was easily probably the best usage of that ult I've seen so far. Louisville taking the high ground now. Detroit just now trying to capture the point. Doesn't look like it's going super well for them, but they finally able to turn it around. As we see a few more pop out. Dante pops out the window. Here comes Beat from Rico. Louisville needing to contest this point, take that back if they want to stay in this map. And they do so successfully. Detroit only has a few seconds to get a good solid touch, but only 2 of their members alive near the point. Mountain goes into the point alone. Here comes the Beat from Mommy Knight, saving their tank and the rest of the team here. It is now a 5v4 on the side of Detroit. And Louisville is forced to retreat. Trying to get a few picks close to their spawn. Not getting too greedy though. Smart to know when to back up.
They were a little bit split at the end there, which is what allowed them to take out Darkstar and just force him back further.
Looks like they recognize they need to play together. Going with a TP strat, already getting behind Detroit onto point. Let's see how successful this goes. And they're all focusing Mountain. Mountain goes down. Colby Jack in the process taking down Dante. As we see a nice ult coming out, almost taking out a couple more, but unfortunately it is not enough. Detroit unable to get enough people on the point in time, and Louisville ties this map up 1-1.
Ready for battle.
You know, looking at it here, it looks like Louisville recognize that they have to play together if they want to get around this Detroit roster. It didn't look like they played together all that much on the first part of the map here. And they were finally able to get it together coming into the second round. So, let's see if that togetherness pays off for Louisville. I think both teams going off for a sim TP strat here, and then both teams immediately switching off sim, as we love to see it. Louisville looks like they have control of the area first. Mountain stuck in the middle of their... Oh! Hoagie and Colby Jack both finding the DPS on Louisville's side, and now it's just cleanup for them. Blocking out Darkstar. Oh my god. They had nowhere to go. Detroit easily taking this first point.
Great early picks there out of Hoagie and Colby Jack.
Now we see Darkstar trying to get their charge up a little bit, poking in here and there, trying to get something going. Unfortunate positioning, but able to take out Colby Jack. That is pretty huge for the side of Louisville, as we see Stealth coming in through the back as the Pharaoh trying to pick out some of this Louisville roster from their spawn side. Forcing the retreat though. Doesn't look like Stealth is going to get much done. Louisville, all 5 of them alive and on the point, ready to fight this fight with Detroit being down 2 members. Mountain going down. That's huge for Louisville. Not having a tank means they have no person they could shove out there and tank the damage.
Yeah, Louisville finally getting that cap, but Detroit was able to contest that for a long time. Got it up for basically 25 to 50% almost.
Getting 50% is huge here out of this first capture, pretty much. Though we see more ults come out. Dante throwing out the window and the lamp, unfortunately not going to save him from Mommy Knight and Mountain. Darkstar low on HP, unable to live through it, but is finally able to take out some, or actually, excuse me, one of the, oh my god, Detroit roster. Dang, I cannot keep up with this game. A lot of this is moving so fast. As we see now, Detroit trying to post up, get as much damage on this Louisville roster before they charge the point together as they can. Colby Jack popping the ult here, but the grab hits Colby Jack stuck in place. Here comes Rico's beat. Oh my god, that completely destroyed Colby Jack. Although Detroit able to find both supports on the Louisville side, it does not look like that is gonna matter. Louisville just dropping ult after ult to try to make sure they get their point. Oh my god. What a trade of ults as Detroit stays contesting the point. Rico trying to get in here, get a touch to force the overtime. Able to do so. Mountain taking out Ricochet though, and it's not looking like it's going well as Detroit now just has to clean up one or two people on the Louisville roster. And that ult is just a nail in the coffin. No one able to get out of that and actually touch the point. Detroit take map 1. Yeah, what a fight for this last point. Louisville almost getting there. Honestly, I thought they had it. I really did.
Thought so too. They had a few good picks. They got stealth really low. Couldn't finish them off.
Yeah, there was pretty much everyone on the Detroit roster was below 25% HP there. And, you know, it just, unfortunately, they weren't able to secure the kills. Detroit, however, able to take out their Louisville supports early on in that fight, and they just weren't able to sustain themselves for long enough. It is what it is, as they say. You know, as we go into this transition of games here, I want to take this moment to remind you that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You can use your Twitch Prime to subscribe to United Rogue Overwatch and skip right into the action. Skip those annoying ads. Use your Twitch Prime.
What if I told you I don't use my Twitch Prime?
Hey, you know, if you don't use a Twitch Prime too, that works. Just sub to the channel, you know. Screw the ads. I know you hate ads. I hate ads. If I hate ads, you probably hate ads.
I think I'm at like a 26-month sub streak or something like that.
Yeah, my sub dies off every time the there's a season break because I don't renew my Twitch Prime.
Wow.
Because usually it's like over a month that we take an off season.
Can't believe you.
My producer in the booth is calling me a fake owner here, but that's just not how that works, bro. I hate to say it. All right, looks like we got a few things here. Saravasa going to be our map for game number 2. Great map, honestly. Having a nice flashpoint come after control. It just makes sense in my head.
We've been seeing it a lot this season too. Like I feel like I've seen more Flashpoint and even some push more than we have in the past.
Yeah, you know, push is just a fast game mode. I'm sure some people just want to be done with it. Speaking of being done with it, it seems like Louisville is done dealing with Kobe Jack's Emery as they ban Emery going
Don't blame
into
him.
this map. Yeah, Kobe Jack doing a ton for them in this last game. Now, I can't imagine that Kobe Jack won't be a major player, but not having Emery is a pretty big deal.
I'm sure playing the Emery, you've probably got some other hit scan heroes, I'd assume. I'm not sure. Let's see. I mean, they've got some Cassidy, but they've actually got more time on Tracer.
You know, that makes sense. Having Tracer is always a nice pick to have in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a good bit of time on Tracer, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that, especially for Saravasa. Like, Saravasa is going to be a very good map for Colby to run around on Tracer.
Yeah, and you know what? They have to play this very strategically. I'm reading the chat here. Ratman Hunter calculating out some of this playoff contention stuff. Oh, wait. There's some debate in the Twitch chat over here. But the theory is that if Detroit wins 3-0, then Louis is out of playoffs, and anything else, Detroit will be out of playoffs. Remember, playoffs here are going to be the top 4 teams for Ruby. Right now, Louisville is ranked number 4. Detroit is ranked number 5. This is the last week of the regular season.
God,
So
I'm seeing Louisville at number 3.
ooh, maybe they're. I'm only looking at those 2 rosters, so they could be tied, and it just puts them below due to alphabetical order.
Yeah, I see Louisville currently at number 3 with a series record of 2-2, 8-8 map record, and then Detroit has a series record of 1-3 with a 5-9 map record.
Okay, yeah, so they are one above Louisville. All right, so didn't mention it in this off cast here, but we had Detroit banning Baptiste. If you are an audio listener here, as we head into game number 2, Saravasa.
Initiating match.
I mean, you did have Dante Fan playing that BAP. I can understand that. We're also playing the Kiri for quite a bit, though, as well. So I assume Dante was probably going back to that, and yep, there it is.
Yep, exactly. You know, that Dante did a lot of work with that window, so it does make sense that they want to ban that. Colby Jack opting to play on Soldier in here.
Yeah,
Very
wasn't
very good pick, honestly.
Takina on the Bastion. Wah!
You know, Bastion is a way of life, as they say.
Sure.
Initial.
Both teams doing
They
some
specialize-
TP out? Yes.
Yeah. All right, as we see now, first point fight getting started. Both teams taking their respective sides. Louisville getting the upper hand here seems, but not going to go on for long. Evenly matched here as both teams are being safe, taking the cover as they need it. Mountain choosing to push in first, using their defense matrix to their advantage here. Mountain taking out Takina. Bastion no more. Louisville down a DPS and like the main damage applicator, I should say. This is a pretty huge. Detroit should be taking this first point. Louisville needing to regroup. 2 of them are off on their own. Darkstar along with Dante near the point, but Dante doesn't look like he has a TP yet. Barely able to get away from Mountain there. Takina taking out Colby Jack on the side where we were not looking. Louisville flipping the point for themselves. Detroit needing to group a little bit, losing stealth in the process. Darkstar with a nice place spike.
I'm here. Make trouble.
I actually don't know what that ability is called. I should probably figure that out.
I honestly don't
Hazard's been
remember
in
off the top of my
yeah,
head.
Hazard's been in the game for a while.
Well,
Yeah, his wall there.
it's 'cause I know I've just always called it his,
Yeah.
just his wall.
Either his wall, the spike, I don't know what it's called. But we see their ult capturing a few of the Detroit members. Looks like it's going super well. Talking to taking out 3 and demeching Mountain. What a play.
Gonna look to stagger him as well.
Oh, that is just brutal. That is just brutal. Basically
That's a big
securing
stagger.
securing that first point for Louisville, it seems like. Unless they could get a touch for whatever reason, I don't think it's worth it.
Looks
And
like they
it looks
might
like-
be wanting to. Yeah, they are. I mean, they've
Oh, they're
got.
going for it, but Stealth
Oh, they
dies in
couldn't.
the process going for it. He could not make it in time. Like I said, it probably wasn't worth it for Detroit, but they tried it anyway. Mommy Knight going down, but Kobe Jack finding Takina in the meantime.
I mean, I could see it from Detroit. They've got 5 ults on the board. I think they wanted to try and get in here, use some of those ults. They know Louisville just used 2 of theirs. They had the advantage, but unfortunately,
This is
Darkstar
true.
blocked stealth.
And what a good block indeed. As we see one of those ults coming out now, Hoagie pulling out the Kitsune as Justice rains from above, trying to take out some of the Louisville members. Does not work out for them, as it's now an ult fest in the middle of the point here. Losses
Mostly
on
on the
both
s-
sides.
Just had 4 ults come out from Louisville. And they are the ones down right now. They do. Mountain does manage to take out Rico, though.
Yeah, barely able to capture the point, I should say. Louisville did get something going for them here. Mountain getting stuck in Hazard's ult. Louisville able to hold on, even though it looked like they were losing at first. Able to hold on to the point here. As we see Takina coming out with the missiles from above. Does not look like he's able to find any, though. Detroit, all 5 of them present, starting to get a mounted attack here, led by Mountain. Kitsune coming out from Dante, along with Smooth's tectonic shot. Takina finding 2. Can he find a 3rd? There we go. 3rd and a demeching
Oh,
of
no.
Mountain again, and they're just gonna stagger again. Oh my god. Having the same
that's
thing
brutal.
happen twice, that's crazy. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Detroit needs to take this battle differently. Something has to change from Detroit so they don't end up getting swept here. As they move on, Louisville already having side control of the point. Detroit needing to get something here. Finding Smooth. Hopefully working out for their favor as Louis is down 1. We see Hoagie's Kitsune coming out. Takina coming down as well. They're down both DPS. Can Detroit finish it off? Mountain finds Darkstar. Finally able to get a point in their favor here. Now they just need to hold it. Louisville knows a little bit better though. Regrouping. They know they have time.
Louisville coming in. About to have 3 ults on the board. Almost matched
That really helps.
by Detroit. Get them started. Darkstar talking about both popping theirs. Colby Jack following it up with Ricochet as well. Jeez.
So many
ults,
things
all-
going on.
All 3 ults from the side of Louisville.
You know, this is one of those memes that like it's like you don't understand Overwatch if you can't follow all this, and it's just ult after ult after ult, and that is what's happening here. It has legitimately 4 different ults happen in the span of me talking in that sentence. But Detroit choosing suicide over fighting the rest of this fight, and, you know, yeah.
I mean, I understand that.
Not getting staggered again. I did say that they needed to change something. That is something to change indeed. This is life or death for Detroit here. They need to win 3-0 to be able to move on to playoffs. And they are losing 0-2 in this Flashpoint map here.
Out with the good early pick.
As Louisville taking out 4
Hakino
pretty much
again.
immediately. Detroit can't do anything now.
Hakino with
A
4
team kill.
kills.
They have to rush to point and then hope to stay alive to keep their playoff dreams alive.
Mountain on the ball. Colby Jack on the tracer.
Oh.
Both of them can.
They can't get it. Louisville taking out Detroit. Taking just 1 map here. What a game here. Louisville had a super strong standing here. Unlike the last map here, Louisville was just a dominant force pretty much the entire time. There was no way that Detroit was getting past them. And Louisville's practically playing defense the entire time. As we see, the rest of this series is a little bit of a formality. Detroit now being out of playoff contention. Unfortunately, it is the end of their season.
Unfortunate.
But we still got some more Overwatch for you. This series is still alive. Got minimum 2 more games in this series. As we're gonna see.
I mean, hell,
how
this could
this
also
works out.
heavily affect where Louisville ends up and who they could be playing in that first round of playoffs.
True. I'm sure Louisville don't want to be going against a number 1 seed sitting at number 4. So this does still matter for them a little bit, at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, if they end up... I think if they lose this, they would end up dropping to that 4 seed. Because Havana has already played their 5th match. So, yeah, if Louisville loses this series, they drop down to that 4 seed and will play the number 1 Philly.
Ooh. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing that on round 1 of playoffs.
Yep. But we
Looks
have
like we got
already
our
gotten
first map pick. You want to say it, Doge?
Sure, why not? Detroit has picked Coliseo, and they have locked their roster. It looks like... I assume Louisville is locked. I don't know if... Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they can really make any changes. They don't have a sub in here right now.
You know, I was saying a little bit earlier, push map, one of the faster game modes, if you can get it right. Maybe they just want to get done with this series, knowing that they're in or now out of playoff contention here. But they still have the chance to make Louisville lose round 1 of playoffs in theory.
Yeah. Now we... Oh, yep, I was just about to say, now we wait to see the bans, but Mountain has already decided Detroit is banning the hazard.
And you know what? That's fair. that is completely fair. Hazard completely destroyed Mountain 2 times in a row in that last match. So
Yeah, Darks are doing really good. And Louisville coming back with the Pharah ban. They don't want stealth on that Pharah. But that does mean he gets to play the Genji, which we saw in that last map. Colby Jack is going to be back on the Emray. So Detroit still has a decent chance.
Right. Getting into game 3 here. Coliseum. You know, I don't mess with Ruby all that much, mainly because I'm a plat player myself. Do they still do widows and in the middle of the pathway here? Is that still a thing?
Honestly, I don't know. I know it's still a thing in those lower ranks.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know it is. You get out there, poke your head, and immediately gone because someone's hacking.
Yeah. Tons of fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it very much. Sure, yeah. Well, doesn't look like we're gonna be having that here. No widow for the long pathway here, unfortunately. But got Darkstar on the Zarya to take on Mountain's Diva. Smart move, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The push. I feel like a lot of push is more based on speed, but
yeah, and
obviously taking out your enemy is the number one priority.
The die has been cast.
Ooh, Darkstar's. I didn't even notice it. Swapping to the hog there. You see, now getting to the center here for the first fight.
Oopsie-daisy.
Looks like Louisville have control around the bot. But Mountain taking out Takina.
Dark or Smooth was very low trying to fight this Tracer in the back.
Just gets grabbed and killed out of nowhere. You know, I hate some of these one shots. It feels like because you have no chance. Mommy Knight getting pulled in by the hog just to get exploded on by like half of the Louisville roster. Dante finding Colby Jack in the back.
We are now actually seeing that Colby Jack Tracer that I had mentioned earlier, who is already up to 87% ult charge.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little crazy. Colby Jack probably gonna find a pulse bomb off before they even have a full team fight here.
Pulse
Pulse bomb is ready to go. Are they gonna use it?
There it is.
Yeah, here it is, but finds nobody as Smooth gets underground in time here.
Oh, was that on Smooth? I thought that was
I think I was
that
aiming
I
at
hit.
Smooth.
Either way, there was also a Suzu.
But as we see now, more and more ults coming out. Again, as we see as many ults as possible, it seems like Mountain finding Takina with the Diva Bomb here. Mommy Knight, unfortunately, unable to get away from the wrath of Roadhog's hook. Just trying to take up some space now, taking everyone out of position as they can. You know, Stealth is still in this backline here, trying to be a menace, and worked out pretty successfully. Got out of there alive.
I'll be honest, I did not think he was getting out. He had both Smooth and Rico on him.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
He survived
You know,
somehow.
those Genjis are very slippery here.
Yeah.
As we see Kitsune popping out from the side of Detroit, here is Stealth is Blade. Does he find anyone? Kind of doesn't really. What is? Nothing happened there. But Colby Jack did find Takina with the pulse bomb on the other side of the fight here.
And now Mommy Knight's still in the bot.
Yeah, Detroit getting the ball all the way to the halfway point. Darkstar able to hook him in.
It still couldn't do much there. Ricochet popped that beat same time Blade was out, so really wasn't much he could do. But Stealth finds Dante Fan.
Working out on the side of Detroit here. Louisville focusing their efforts on 2-1. See if they could get out alive here. Separated, it seems like, as Darkstar trying to run away from Mountain. Gets out successfully with the help of Dante. Being ready for this bot to appear just around the corner. many mini
very
fights
low.
kind of happening around as we're trying to find some escape picks, but no one's able to get anything. But Stealth pushing it a little bit too deep as he falls to Takina. Dante popping out the Kitsune here as Mommy Knight beats Pulse Bomb, not Pulse Bomb, excuse me, Diva Bomb coming out,
Pulse
finding
Bomb did
nobody.
go out.
Oh, Pulse Bomb did also go out at the same time. I was right.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb went out a little bit earlier, but Kobe Jack pretty much immediately died, and it did not connect with anyone.
Unfortunate to them. Louisville still in the lead here. Detroit had a nice shot to try to take that back. Unfortunately, not really finding much in that area. As we see their forward spawn getting activated. Still winning this fight. Colby Jack goes down. Darkstar getting a nice one there. As we see Mommy Knight also going down with the help of Takina on Bastion wheels here.
Yeah, I think right now the biggest issue for this Detroit team is this Roadhog. They just aren't able to kill him. They don't have enough damage to take him out.
Yeah, it's really not helping much. As we can see, the whole hog
by
comes
Mountain.
out, pushing Mountain off the map, despite having Defense Matrix up, running out of it. And now it's just a game of cleanup. Power Wash Simulator 2, if I may. That is seemingly what Louisville is playing here. They wash away the remains of Detroit, coming in to the final push. Only a few meters left to go. Takina coming out with an ult. Trying to create some space for this Louisville roster to push all the way.
We also now have Mountain over on the Sig. Just Blade coming out
Oh,
from
Stealth his blade
Stealth?
comes out, but unable to do anything again. Rico saving the beat for the most important moments.
almost managed to take out Dante Fan. Really good beat from Rico.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
As we see Louisville taking the upper hand in this fight. Mountain swapping on to Sig seems to be doing him well, but not well enough, falling to the hands of Smooth, as pretty much the entire team was shooting at Mountain there. Tectonic shot coming out, taking out the rest of that team. A team kill, and it looks like they're gonna get all the way to the end of the map here. Game 3 goes to Louisville.
So Louisville now up 2-1 in this series. Detroit gets another map pick. Either has to be Escort or Hybrid. Anything specific you think they're gonna go with?
You know, I can only assume that they're gonna go with a hybrid map, because they did well when they had a singular control point to work with, you know? So maybe the thought there would be having some sort of map they could just point cap and then stay on the defense as much as they can. It seems like anytime that Detroit has to go to Louisville, Louisville is winning that fight.
Yeah, Louisville definitely figured out them having to stay more grouped up after that first map, and it's working really well for them.
You know, I just thought about this. Did Detroit pull out an Ana that entire map? Their biggest issue was that hog, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but then what? They also had Kiriko, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered too much. Either way, Louisville taking game number 3. As we are gonna wait and see what the 4th map will be. You know, I was thinking it was gonna be hybrid Doge. Do you got a prediction?
I was initially thinking Escort, but after your reasoning, I definitely agree with you. Being able to... They definitely seemed a bit better when they had Louisville coming at them, rather than Detroit having to push. So I definitely like the hybrid pick. I wouldn't be surprised if it's King's Row.
Yeah, that seems to be a very
there it
popular
is.
pick. Yeah, Kings Row is the map pick. What a call, Doge.
Yippee! Now they also get
Give this guy a medal.
Yay. So they also get the ban now. I mean, you've had the Venture's been doing some pretty good work. I feel like you could also, I know Hoagie's been playing it, but no, was it? I don't even remember.
I have no
I was
idea
gonna
what the
say
character you're about to say is.
I was gonna say Rico's been playing it. I was gonna say maybe a Lucio.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen Mommy Knight not on Lucio.
Okay, I
This
couldn't
entire
remember who
series so
it
far.
was. I was thinking Hoagie, but I had a feeling that wasn't
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, Mommy Knight is their main support here.
Yeah. But instead, they're going to go with a Bastion ban.
Hey, you know, Takina was putting in some work
Oh,
on
yeah.
that Bastion. Like I said, Bastion is a way of life.
Yeah.
And it was working.
Yeah, I mean, this map and Saravasa, Takina just getting so much damage. But now it's up to Louisville. They've got either a tank ban or a support ban, and they're gonna go with the Diva. So that does allow, I mean, Mountain could still play the Hazard here, which we've seen a little bit, but it does seem like Diva's more the comfort pick for him.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Mountain is seemingly a diva main here. As you start to move on, their diva has been doing them wonders, but not wondrous enough.
And Louisville did decide they want to attack this first round, and we will get into this to see if Louisville will win this here, or if it gets to go to a map 5.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Louisville does need this win to ensure that they are not the 4th seed going into playoffs here. Detroit already out of playoff contention, but can deny Louisville that 3rd seed.
Ooh.
All right.
We have 4 of Louisville on high ground right now. And we're okay. Very different comps coming out right now. Talking is currently on the Widow. We're also seeing a Ram Mirror. Colby Jack on the Ash. Hoagie's on the Ana. So my guess is maybe they're expecting that Hog again.
Yeah, maybe. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them considering how much Hog destroyed them that last game. But we go in having that Ram Mirror. Widow finding a pretty good hit on Mountain, making him need to retreat here. As Darkstar able to push in, finding Mommy Knight, talking and taking out Stealth. My bad. Detroit down 2. Already having Louisville come at the point. No, maybe my prediction was wrong. Louisville is coming straight at Detroit, and Detroit is not able to hold their defenses high. But Takina is just doing some work on this Widow, finding the angles that they need. Right now, not a lot of time. Detroit trying to make sure that Louisville doesn't capture the point, because this is the point that matters most for them. As long as they can hold Louisville out of capturing this first point, they have a lot more solid chance to go into game 5. Colby Jack fighting 2.
Colby?
Oh my god, that came out of nowhere. Colby Jack finding
picks.
Rico and then immediately taking out Takina. As Takina is now going to swap over to the Cass. Widow wasn't cutting it after they got past the hotel there. See Darkstar trying to wrap around. Almost taking out Mommy Knight. Mommy Knight able to get out of the way though.
Stealth 1 health eventually does go down to Dante.
Let's see here. I can't tell who's cleaning up who. There's multiple fights going on at the same time. We got Mommy Knight trying to win in the back here. Takina and Smooth. Getting out them with a pincer here.
It's now just Mountain on the side of Detroit, and he's able to take out Takina, pop the ult.
And you know what? It's worth it for him. He stalls the point long enough for Stealth to get back, but is Stealth enough? Unfortunately, no, as it looks like Detroit is now retreating, choosing to give up this point. Held on to it for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
But a little over 4 minutes for Louisville to get to this next point. It's more than enough time for them, as they have shown. Got some ults popping out here. When I say some, I mean pretty much all of them. Oh my god.
Stealth! Stealth with 3! He got the nano, takes out 3, and didn't even use Blade.
That is insane. I could not follow what happened. But
The deflect kill onto the ulting Reaper as well. Oh man.
But whatever the outcome of that, Louisville now has control of the payload, pushing forward a little bit. That did take a minute off of their attack time though. As we get into the second choke. Mountain trying to push in a little bit, getting shielded off. Not really receiving any heals, is still kind of out there alone. Darkstar popping out their ult.
Man, just take out 2, notably taking out Mommy Knight, who had the beat.
You know, easily team kill. Like I said, they don't see this game as Overwatch. They're playing Power Wash Simulator 2. Cleaning up that Detroit roster as fast as they can. As we see Mommy Knight taking out the beat, Rico also getting a beat here. Trying to stall and delay this capture as much as possible. Doesn't really go well for them though. Detroit pretty much instantly falls.
Oh, I had hopes for Detroit there. Rico popping the beat. It now gives Stealth a solid chance to pop this Blade.
Yeah, that's true. Rico historically has saved that beat for the Blade here. Stealth has been holding on to it.
Colby Jack taking out Ricochet before going down to Takina. And get a consuming rush out from Dante Fan. High noon. Takina taking out Mommy Knight. And Stealth.
And then Mount immediately after. But here comes the Blade. Stealth with the Blade taking out Takina. Can he find another? Finds Rico. This is one of Detroit's last hopes here. Finding Dante as well before getting taken out by Darkstar. That's multiple members of the Louisville roster down by one person. Can Detroit hang on to this advantage here? Louisville taking their time to regroup, sitting behind a wall.
Detroit doing a really good job holding them there, and now they've been able to build up 3 other ults. As Legal comes into this with nothing, still working on building up 2 of those.
Mountain getting nanoed here, going with their ults. Louisville down 3. But you know, Detroit has to save something here. Because you know, as soon as the next fight happens, Louisville is going to have pretty much 3 ults ready to go.
They do still have the Bob from Colby Jack. Probably just going to have to use that as a contest. But with these ults from Louisville, Bob might just get shredded, really.
Smooth looking for a good spot to ult, it seems like. Coming on top of the high ground. Fades in. Decides not to as Darkstar pops out Annihilation. But in the back of the fight, doesn't matter. Takina just cleans everything else up. Ults go out, and Takina just said, I don't care if my team is ulting. I'm just going to kill everyone regular anyways.
Yeah, Takina with the high noon.
There's the Bob contest, as was mentioned earlier. Mommy Knight goes down to Darkstar. Detroit able to find 2 though. Having some strength in these final moments. Smooth popping out Death Blossom, taking out Mountain. Finding Colby Jack as well. Stealth trying to save this last point as much as they can. Down to below a minute. Louisville finally able to push all the way.
Detroit doing a very good job though at holding them, getting them all the way down to 50 seconds.
Now it's just a matter of how fast can Detroit push the payload. They want to be able to have as much time as possible, so when they get into overtime, they have a lot more freedom when it comes to pushing the payload as far as possible. Let's see now Louisville's defense against Detroit here. Seems very similar comps for the most part as what we were just seeing a little bit ago. Dante choosing to swap over to the Lifeweaver. Mommy Knight coming off the Lucio, going on to a Mercy, which will no doubt pretty much enable Colby Jack to do whatever the heck he wants.
I also just remembered, if I'm thinking correctly, let me double check. Note this. Yes, okay, I am right. Mommy Knight is also known as Grim Kokomi or Faded Kokomi, a notable Mercy player last season in Sapphire. I completely forgot about the name change. So I'm surprised we're just not seeing it. Smooth
Now,
already taking out Hoagie.
You know, this is a little rough on the side of Detroit. Instantly getting split up, pretty much instantly all dying. You know, Rez did come out, but it isn't super useful for them as Hoagie falls instantly again. Louisville taking their sweet time here. They know Stealth is in their backline somewhere. They just don't know where. But Stealth reveals himself kind of in this tunnel and the back, able to distract a bit of these Louisville players. Mountain finding Takina in the front. Smooth taking down Genji with their lovely beam.
Smooth, very low, but able to kind of hide, get some healing.
Yeah, able to get away with it. Darkstar finding Mountain, not letting them give even a tick onto this point. Now Detroit needs something, and they need something fast. They want to make sure that they can go as long as they can here. Trying to move through Hotel. Mountain is trying to push in there, realizing it's not a smart idea with a few ults coming out from the Louisville side. Tree is in a great spot to heal.
Mountain, it managed to connect with the 3 of Louisville on his ult there. And took out 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now, looks like it's just Darkstar left in this fight.
Yeah, and pretty much blocking Darkstar off for a second. What a great move by Mountain here. Creating all the space that they need to take this first point. Doesn't look like Louisville is too keen on contesting here, but they're going to try it anyways. Coming out from the wall.
Ult's coming in from from Louisville. Takina up on a pedal. Not able to get a... Eventually takes out Mountain, but not with the ult.
You know what? A great recontest here is Smooth trying to get away in the back, maybe trying to find an exit pick, fighting till the death.
Quite an effective placement.
Not able to get one as Smooth takes him out. I think I said Smooth twice. I meant Stealth in the back.
60 seconds remaining.
But 60 seconds remain. Detroit needs something now. They got 2 ticks. They only need 1 more tick. And then they can start pushing the payload. Takina goes down the mountain.
Way to start it.
Stealth pops in the blade, gets another. Trying to
In on the
find
back.
Rico in the back. Not able to, unfortunately.
Nope.
Smooth pushes him away. But is this enough space for them to take the point?
Stealth eventually does find Rico with a deflect.
Objective A captured.
That is hilarious. It looked like Stealth had given up on trying to chase down Ricochet. Able to deflect something back at right at him. Working out for Detroit's favor as we now have a push going, but with only about half the amount of time that Louisville had on this push. It's not a lot of time to get through.
Colby Jack now over to the Emray.
You know, that was one of Colby Jack's strong suits in the early games of this series. We see another tree getting popped out after we see Mountain's ult working out for the side of Louisville a lot more. Darkstar popping Annihilation, finding 2, talking to finding another. To Hoagie trying to run away with their life. Seemingly able to do so. But ends up in spawn anyways. Right now, Louisville is just bullying them. Not really able to get out of this choke point. Mountain trying to shove his way through, but is getting singled out by Louisville. He's pretty much stuck in that corner there. Unable to do much. Stealth finding a little bit more luck into the side room. Colby Jack popping out an ult, but Smooth, super smart ult as Wall comes and protects them. Rico giving a little bit of extra health with Beat.
Colby Jack able to get out some solid damage, but that wall was just too good.
The rest of Detroit fell in that fight as now they just have to keep on resetting and going again. Only a minute left before they have to push this payload pretty much all the way to the point. It looks like they got pretty much no progress going out here. Some retreat TPs coming out from Smooth. Mountain, what a play. Finding a couple there. Creating all the space in the world needed for Detroit in this moment. Now just needs to maintain that space. Make sure that Louisville doesn't get to where the payload is. Only 30 seconds left before the potential end of the match here.
I didn't even realize, but Stealth is over to the Pharah. Just gotta hope.
You know, maybe a comfort pick. We've seen Stealth on the Pharah a little bit already. And honestly, you need the AoE damage.
Yeah.
None of these people are dying. As we see another ult coming out from Mountain as Tree has already been popped. But Annihilation coming out from Darkstar.
Good sleep from Hoagie. It's not gonna be enough.
Unfortunately, Detroit unable to get the payload to where they need it. Louisville hanging on to their defensive prowess here and taking their third win of the series with game 4. You know, I have to say, Takina, one of the better players here in this match here. Multiple times you see
Definitely.
many members on the Louisville roster just popping ults and Takina getting all the kills.
Yeah, really. I mean, both on the Cassidy and on the Bastion, just putting in so much work. But that does secure Louisville to playoffs. Detroit is out. And that will keep Louisville at either... Louisville will either stay at the 3 spot, or if Pitt manages to lose to Dallas, Pitt could drop down to that 3, Louisville up to the 2, which those 2 teams are still going to play each other, but that will swap it to where Louisville gets that first pick in that series. They get to decide if they want hero ban or map pick first.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all that takes to win a series is those little logistics like that. But alas, that is the future. Right now, Louisville, Gamble going on to playoffs. Detroit, unfortunately, did not meet the requirements needed to get into the playoffs here, falling to the hands of Louisville. Their season is over. But it is not over for the whole of United Rogue Overwatch. If you want to catch more, be sure to tune in later. I think we got a game later this weekend. So I hope to see you there.
Should have at
And
least
remember,
1 or 2.
Yeah. Remember, it's our pleasure to serve you. Stay gaming. Bye.
Good night, y'all.